Fall is all about cozy comforts, but when you're prioritizing your health, it's easy to feel like you're missing out. With Hero Bread, you can enjoy all your fall favorites because they're made with Hero Bread sliced bread loaves, tortillas, bagels, dinner rolls, and more. Try their all-new Hero Noodles with 12 grams of protein and just 80 calories. So skip replacing every carb with cauliflower and indulge in your breakfast, lunch, and dinner time favorites while still hitting your goals. From breakfast bagels and meal prepped enchiladas to mouth-watering burgers and cheesy noodles. You won't believe Hero Bread's options have 0 to 5 grams net carbs and are high fiber from the taste and texture. They've even got small batch drops of indulgent favorites like the popular Hero Croissant. And right now, Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code FALL25 at checkout. That's fall25 at hero.co. All figures are per serving of Hero Bread. Contains 2 to 18 grams of fat per serving. See the product nutrition panels on hero.co for more information.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. It's everything you never needed to know. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
This is a real tease. What is the longest basketball shot ever? How many feet away from the basket was the player?
Would you pay an arm and a leg for a pair of one-legged jeans? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. And this week, we scour the internet to find out these useless tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll answer your question in the mailbag segment, like how many teeth are found in an armadillo's mouth? And in the news, a man living in Portland is wondering who is putting gallons of urine in his recycling bin. And boy, is he pissed.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Einstein was a moron. Newton was a jerk. E equals nothing. It's science, science, science.
Thank you for joining us. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. 80-plus countries around the world. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate your loyalty to our show.
Yes, it's been fantastic. We are all over the place.
By the way, that jingle, that science jingle, is the most popular jingle that all of you, the audience, have told us. Civil Twilight. It's something that sounds like from the law books, but no. It begins in the morning or ends in the evening when the geometric center of the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon. Therefore, morning civil twilight begins when the geometric center of the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon and ends at sunrise. Civil twilight.
Wow.
There you go.
Civil twilight.
Yes.
No, that's totally useless.
Well, you're welcome.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's one that I thought was really cool. Identical twins.
Yes.
They're almost impossible to tell apart. In fact, some of them, you look at the picture and it's like they're looking in a mirror, you know?
That's right.
But they do have one big major distinction.
What's that?
Do not commit a crime and blame it on your twin because they have different fingerprints. Completely different fingerprints.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. Well, you know, they say the koala bears have fingerprints that are very much like humans. So maybe what if the twin had koala fingerprints?
That's something that I would never think about, Nick, because I'm sane.
Exactly. So some of us have phobias. I have Roy.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I did. I have royophobia, which you can guess what that is. But what if you have a weather phobia? Weather phobia. Example. Like,
whether or not you have it, but go
that's
ahead.
right. Well, how about if you have heliophobia? You experience fear of the sun. Heliophobia. If you if you suffer from homoclophobia, it's fear of fog. Homoclophobia.
Clophobia.
Yep. And finally, anablephobia is fear of looking up at the sky or the sky is falling.
Didn't we, on that stupid AI thing, said pigs can't look up?
Yeah, they can't look up in the sky, which is sometimes why sometimes you see pigs with sunglasses on. I don't know.
The world's oldest dog.
Oh,
This is great. An Australian cattle dog named Bluey.
yeah.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. Most dogs live 10 to 15 years, but not Bluey.
No.
Not Bluey.
No.
He lived 29.5 years.
Wow.
Double the average lifespan of a dog. Bluey said, thanks to eating yogurt. No.
Yeah, remember that. Yeah.
I never smoked cigarettes, and no. But the oldest cat, his name was Cream Puff.
Okay.
Cream Puff. I think it's she. 38 years old.
Wow.
That's an old cat.
It is. It is an old cat. It's a cool cat, a cool old cat. I titled this next fact, it's a huge tree hiding in plain sight. Okay? It's a species of, speaking of old, a species of old growth tree that is totally new to science and has been hiding out in a narrow slice of mountain rainforest in Tanzania. Scientists have named the canopy-piercing Tasmania princeps, Tasmania princeps, they named it, and they suspect it could live as long as 3,000 years. In 2019, a botanist by the name of Andrea Bianchi were surveying the tropical rainforest when they discovered this tree, 130 feet tall. And the monstrous tree in their path was unlike any that the group had seen before in their forest census. So it is a huge tree hiding in plain sight that could live as long as 3,000 years.
That could tell us what it was like in the time of Jesus. Wow, can you imagine?
Yeah. If a tree can talk.
Great.
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. I love when they talk about the counting of the rings of the trees.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Here's one interesting one.
Yes.
Our solar system has a boundary wall.
It
It's
does.
called the heliopause. And you notice Nick had a fact that had helio,
Right.
which of course has to do with the sun.
Uh-huh.
That's the Latin word for sun, the helio.
Yes.
Heliopause is the point at which the particles push back on the solar winds that come from our sun. The solar winds protect our solar system from particles,
Right.
but at some point the solar winds become so weak that the particles are able to push into that space, and that is the boundary of our solar system, the heliopause.
I wonder who's the first one that was sent up there. Could you go and check it out to see if there's a border? Could you imagine? How about coffee to go? And I put to go in quotation marks because King Charles, okay, let me ask you, here's a little riddle for everybody. What do King Charles and Gwyneth Paltrow have in common?
I don't know.
They're both, at one point or another, had a coffee colonic procedure done.
Oh, so they put coffee up the poop hole.
Exactly. In a 2004 speech, the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists on complementary therapies of cancer say that the Prince of Wales' comments, it was a health program marketed as an alternative treatment to cancer. So that's the controversy. But what it does is it includes regular coffee enemas as a way to clear the toxins from the body. It seemed to endorse the unproven regimen. All right. So it's not really proven anywhere. We're not recommending that you do it, this kind of thing. But
no, of course not, because most people, including kings, should be smart enough to know where the coffee actually goes.
That's right. Exactly.
Which orifice should they pour the coffee in?
Right. So that probably gives new meaning to double, light and sweet. But yeah, so it is not recommended, but the controversy
and
is
especially when you go for them grandes, I'll have the double mocha cappuccino grande. Yeah.
And that's the funny part, because they give you cups of coffee to drink so that you can have this colonic experience.
The funny part is that you just take it as black coffee and it comes out as a mocha cappuccino.
Well done. Wow. That's awesome.
If we could smell a comet, what would it smell like?
You're
I
s-
love this
yeah.
because you don't think about that. If you were getting close to a comet, what would you smell? And here it is, folks. You would smell a combination of rotten eggs, burning matches, and urine.
Mm.
It's kind of like New York City. Also, almonds. It's a
Okay.
combination of almonds, urine, burning matches, and rotten eggs because you would smell mostly hydrogen sulfides, ammonia, and sulfur dioxide mixed together, which would
Wow.
create this incredibly horrible, rotten smell.
Jeez.
So comets are not a happy place to be.
No, not at all.
hmm Either that or the receiving end of a coffee colonic.
Right. Thank you for joining us. Totally useless information with Nick and Roy. We really appreciate you joining us week after week. Visit our website, and here's why. Lots of exciting stuff going on. There'll be a contest coming up soon, which we'll tell you about it. But in the meantime, go to nickandroy.com, click on the Nick and Roy store, and order a very, very special birthday message for your loved one.
Yeah, if you do please go on nickandroy.com because you're going to want to see this. It's the birthday message. You click on the Nick and Roy store. There's a sample of the birthday message. Listen to the sample and you'll understand why it's the best gift you could ever buy for somebody. It is the gift that somebody doesn't have and they will flip out. Go to nickandroy.com, type on the Nick and Roy store. You'll see birthday message. It is the greatest gift you'll ever buy.
nickandroy.com.
Welcome to the Totally Useless Information Fashion Show.
I'll give you my teaser because I know you were wondering, would you pay an arm and a leg for a one-legged jeans? Now, these are not jeans for those people who unfortunately have, their legs amputated or anything like that. These are designed specifically with one leg. One-legged jeans costing a toe-curling $440 are kicking up dust amongst clothes horses everywhere, as they call it. While the fans of the half shorts, half pants hail them the cream of the cropped, critics, see how they did there? The 440 one-legged jeans from Coperni was going viral and divided style lovers online. So people are like saying, wait a minute, this is possibly the most controversial jean on the internet, according to some of the influencers. Well, there are 16 million TikTok fans who say that they don't mind it at all. And a few actually unenthused folks, they agreed that deeming the denims weird or ridiculous is just an understatement. So would you wear like one-legged jeans?
I can't, Nick.
On purpose?
I can't. I would expose myself. And
That's right. Again. And they've asked you to stop doing that.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Hi, Nick and Roy for Tom's Place, your destination for suits and menswear and the wonderful wedding contest where you can win $500 towards your wedding party.
And today, instead of Tom's fantastic deals, we want to highlight his neighbor, Kensington Health. They are a not-for-profit community care leader that provides specialized services including hospice and palliative care.
Join their hike on Sunday, May the 4th and support compassionate expert care right in our backyard. Tom's Place is supporting this important event.
So join us because every step counts. Register at kensingtonhealth.org/hike. That's kensingtonhealth.org/hike.
On behalf of Tom's Place, thanks for your support.
Hey everybody, it's Nicole Byer here with some hot takes from Wayfair. A cozy corduroy sectional from Wayfair? Yeah, that's a hot take. Go on and add it to your cart and take it. A pink glam nightstand from Wayfair? Scalding hot take. Take it before I do. A mid-century modern cabinet from Wayfair that doubles as a wine bar? Do I have to say it? It's a hot take. Get it at wayfair.com and enjoy that free shipping too.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Yeah, it depends how long the shorts are, you
Right.
know?
Depends how long the shorts are. Well done, boy.
Yeah.
You're hot today, man. Woo.
Yeah, that would be a cool fashion statement.
Yeah.
Especially if the woman was wearing some really nice, because I'm into like feet and shoes, and I know that's kind of freaky, but a lot of guys are.
We've heard that.
I
Yeah.
like a woman in a high heel, Nick. I think
Yeah.
it makes a woman look just so beautiful. Makes their leg look nicer. But
Yeah.
think about this, folks.
Yeah.
One leg of the jean,
Yeah.
and the other one an exposed leg
Right.
with these beautiful heels on. How fashionable is that?
Yeah. When you were talking about how you love looking
Nick,
at
we've been doing this too long.
Well, I was going to say, you based on how you were
The
describing
therapy, I'm calling up the therapist. It's
No,
not
listen,
working.
listen. The way you were describing how you enjoy women, your wife's not home, is she?
She's been gone for a long time.
That's
Nick.
right. Yeah, she went out for a pack of smokes and never came back.
No, I do think that would be
I think so.
a rather nice looking fashion
Yeah,
statement.
I don't know, but
Sexy and
yeah, maybe, maybe not. You know what? We'll ask our audience. Why don't you send us an email, nickandroy.com, and tell us what you think about the one-legged jeans?
Okay,
Yes,
so some designers talk the talk, but don't
Yes.
necessarily walk the walk, if you know what I mean.
Well, tell me.
Probably because they're wearing one-legged pants. But
Yes.
Stella McCartney,
Yeah.
she talks the talk and walks the walk because she's a real big environmentalist.
Okay.
And so she does not use leather to make her products because that would be, killing animals and things like that.
Right.
But she's so real to the cause. She doesn't use plastic or synthetics either. She uses corn products to make her bags. So she's legit. I'm not into the tree hugging hippie thing, but man, she's legit.
Yeah. No, exactly. Didn't Paul McCartney's one of his wives didn't she have one leg amputated or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think yeah, he had a one-legged
But
wife.
Stella McCartney is his daughter.
Yeah, I know that. I was thinking about the one-legged thing. All right, I've done this before, and people have told me that they love this. So, fashion trends through the decades. So, we're going to start with the 1970s, which Roy and I are very familiar with because we grew up in our formative years, as they say, in the 70s. The 70s fashion saw bold colors and patterns. Women's fashion looked back to the 1940s by day and pumped up the glamour by night. Very much like Roy with his pumps. Men had an array of suit types to choose from and favored colorful plaids in the 1970s.
Yeah, and unlike Nick, I believe I was fully formed by the 70s.
So
Sorry,
they say,
Nick.
yes.
Sorry
Wow.
about that.
Sure, no problem. That's cool. That's all right.
Okay. This has to do with clothing and child psychosis.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
An old Icelandic tale,
Yeah.
and I believe that we had this on one of the Christmas shows.
Sounds familiar.
An old Icelandic tale claims that if you do not receive new clothing on Christmas Day,
Yeah.
you will be eaten that night by the Yule cat.
So you'll be eaten by a cat?
That's right. The Yule cat. The Yule, like Yuletide.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. No, but
Yeah.
you'll be eaten. This is horrifying to kids.
Wow. It is. Well,
Yeah, so but think about it, Nick. When you were a kid, you opened up the box, right? You ripped the package open and you were like, oh, clothes. Or like, yay, toy,
No, yeah, well, it's true, but I wouldn't even get that far. I'll shake the box, and it didn't have.
Right, but these kids in this Icelandic region of like Iceland and things like that, and these kids were like, another toy. Where are the clothes?
No, not that's right. It's the exact opposite. Wow. So let's now go back to the fashion trends through the decades. Let's visit the 1980s. 1980 to 1989. Bigger meant better across the board in fashion, from women's shoulder pads to women's, remember those, the shoulder pads?
Sure.
I think
sure.
it was the TV show Dynasty that made them really popular.
I think MC Hammer made them popular.
Yeah. Well, men's power suits.
Remember that? He had the jacket with those big shoulder pads.
Yeah. But men
Can't touch that.
You can't. So men's power suits to bold colors and patterns for the men, women, and children. There was nothing understated about fashion in the 80s. I think everything was just over the top, including the hairstyles.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, big hair.
Yeah.
When I first met my wife, she had big black hair. I mean, big hair. I have pictures.
Yeah. Well. And she sat in front of us once in the movie.
She still has big hair, though. I think but it's yeah.
I'm sorry.
She's still.
She's
a beautiful woman.
She's gorgeous, but you know what? I can't relate to any of what you just said because I've been follically challenged since 1984.
Yeah, but Nick had big hair in the 70s.
I did actually. I did, and we have. Maybe I should put that picture up. Actually, yeah, I'll put the picture up on our website.
I like you better the way you are.
Yeah.
When back in the 70s, you looked like you had a goat on your head. You
Yeah.
know? You had this big bush of curly hair. You
Yeah.
almost look like Art Garfunkel. You know?
Well, that was the look I was going for. And that's
But you were more Nick Dysfunction.
Yes.
Dysfunkle.
Right, Dysfunkle.
Okay, the most famous doll in the world would be what, Nick? Most famous doll?
Barbie.
Barbie, right? We're guys and we know that. Well, Barbie, of course, is the most famous doll, but what was the first outfit that Barbie was wearing when she was first sold?
Oh, the first outfit that Barbie ever wore. It had to be some sort of fashion, like a cocktail dress. A cocktail dress.
Right. You think maybe a little black dress or something to that effect.
Something
right?
really nice and classy.
Something, or even a nurse's outfit. You would think for girls, something like that.
Yeah.
It was a black and white striped swimsuit.
Really? Oh.
Yes. It was a black and white striped, like I would assume when they say swimsuit, it was not a bikini. That would probably have been a little bit too sexual.
I think so, yeah. Wow.
Although once I got a hold of the doll, that swimsuit came off.
Oh, yeah, right away.
I was checking for anatomical things.
Yeah. Then I realized it was all plastic anyway.
Right. And I still have that doll when I go for therapy.
Yes. Well, you got rid of your G.I. Joe? One more decade, fashion trends through the decades, 1990 to 1999. As the 20th century came to a close, thank goodness, fashion reached its most casual. Both men and women adopted grunge fashion in the early part of the decade, and loose, oversized clothing and jeans became staples, although the staples would hurt. As the decade progressed...
That's how you keep your clothes on.
That's
No belts
right.
here. You know?
The 90s was the decade of no belts. They just used staples. Wow. As the decade progressed, very much unlike this show, women's fashion became more streamlined as minimalism became the thing to do, while children's clothing often featured popular Disney characters in the 1990s.
Yeah. So it's like them putting a picture of us. They'd be like, "Who are these characters?"
Yeah. That wasn't a fashion trend. That was just, we don't know what that was.
No. Did you know in the Middle Ages, people would pay their taxes with either unused material or actual finished clothing?
Really?
They had an option to pay their taxes with material or clothing.
That's interesting. I've heard many things, salt and meats and
But it makes sense, though. It makes sense because clothing is non-perishable, so you could collect it and then sell it or use it. Right?
That's interesting.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Sports. Play ball.
So we're going to do sports. And I thought this was crazy. Boxing was illegal
Really?
in the United States of America until 1896. So it's not almost until 1900 that boxing was illegal. You'd go to jail for fighting.
Oh.
And so the New York State got together, legalized it by putting a law into effect, and created what would become the first boxing commission, and legalized it as a sport, spectator sport.
So you couldn't do it, but now it's. Someone asked me why they call it a boxing ring if it's in a square. Right?
You know, they probably were circular at one time.
They were.
I would think.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I would think they were circular. And honestly, I'm a boxing. I love watching boxing. I always have. And till this day, I still watch a lot of the older matches, like Roberto Duran, George Foreman's old fights.
Yeah, recently we lost George Foreman. Recently, and
when you find him, give me a call.
Yeah,
okay?
sure. Okay. All right. So I know you love tennis, but the beginning of April the 6th to be exact, it's World Table Tennis Day. So World Table Tennis, it promotes social inclusion and unity through the table tennis. It's also a day to encourage people around the world to get involved in the sport. Another name for this table tennis game is ping pong.
Yeah.
Right? Ping pong table.
Ping pong.
But some people know it, the sport as whiff waff. Whiff waff.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that like the colonic?
No. No, the whiff waff that you have on the side of your grande.
That game has its in and outs.
It does. It sure does. And the balls are green. The game is based on tennis, of course. That's the name, World Table Tennis Day. However, table tennis is played indoors with the use of small paddles. And so April the 6th is World Table Tennis Day.
I like this one. James Fix. In the late 1970s, he popularized a new sport, which he called jogging.
Oh, it's a sport.
So in the 1970s, late 1970s, this guy, James Fix goes out there. Well, two things. Number one, James died while jogging of a heart attack. Okay,
he did it. No, come on.
This is true. James was jogging. And I don't know whether while he was actually on the jog or when he got home, he dropped dead. But James Fix died of a heart attack either while or during jogging. And but think about what this man did. He not only creates the sport of jogging, he creates the fashion of jogging suits and the multi-billion-dollar industry of running shoes. I mean, this guy really, he not only created a sport, he created an entire industry. Amazing. James Fix.
I remember there was a story. Remember the segue? This is you said something about he died jogging, which is not funny, but it's kind of funny. He invented jogging, but apparently the inventor of the Segway. Remember the Segway?
Yeah.
So his name was James Jimmy Hesdelson. He was an English entrepreneur, a former coal miner. He became wealthy by manufacturing the HESCO base station barrier system, whatever. But in 2009, he bought Segway Incorporated, but he died in 2010 from injuries sustained falling from a cliff while riding his own Segway.
No.
So when you said, so this is truly a segue to your story. When you said that the inventor of the jogger died of a heart attack while jogging, this came to mind. So the guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him going off the cliff on the Segway?
Yeah. There you go. So that was that wasn't a great segue, I would imagine. Okay.
In a Zawa Grand Bowl.
Yeah.
Inazawa Grand Bowl. This
Okay.
is in Japan.
Yes.
It is the largest bowling alley in the world. Now, for those of you that don't know, my family had a bowling alley.
Yes.
It had 10 lanes.
Right.
Okay. This one is the largest bowling alley in the world. 116 lanes, all on one level.
Wow.
That's a lot of
It
bowling
is.
lanes.
Ball return.
160. What's
Ball return number 112. Ball return number 112.
I mean, what's the electric cost to run?
yeah.
That? I mean, it's amazing.
Sure.
It's amazing. Yeah. So anyway, and then I have my teas.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in Japan, go to the Inzawa Grand Bowl and throw a few lines, you know.
You'll have a
But
ball.
anyway, the longest successful shot in NBA history
Yeah.
was made in 2001, so not that long ago, by
Yeah.
Baron Davis. The
Oh.
man's name was Baron Davis.
Okay.
He had 0.07 seconds on the clock. So let's do it like that. It's 0.07 seconds. The game's almost over and they're down by 1. No, but anyway, the ball goes to Baron Davis. Feet. He throws the ball.
Right.
89 feet.
Right.
The length of a basketball court is only 94 feet. So he is 5 feet from the end of the court, which means he's only like 3 feet from his basket.
Yeah.
He throws the ball and makes the game-winning shot with 0.0 seconds on the clock.
Wow.
Yes. So 89-foot basket in 2001 by Baron Davis. And the crowd goes crazy.
So we're doing sports. This one I call No Medals for You. The Philippines completed the most Summer Olympic Games. They hold the record for holding the most summer games, 20 of them.
They're very consistent.
Without winning a gold medal. Okay.
Yeah. That's sad.
This other country has completed the most. This other country also held the record for a while for not winning any medals. The country of Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein is near Germany. I think they have a very similar anthem as well.
Yeah. It does. It does.
Liechtenstein, there's beer in the Stein.
Thanks for joining us. As we mentioned, go to nickandroy.com to order your birthday message, but you can also send us an email.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
All righty. Jimmy from Get Ready, Thermopolis, Wyoming. It's either Thermopolis or Thermopolis.
Wyoming, yeah.
Wyoming.
Love
that name.
It's Wyoming.
That's what caught it.
It's Wyoming.
Wyoming. Yeah, Wyoming.
Yes.
Wyoming.
Yes.
Jimmy from Thermopolis, Wyoming.
Yes.
He says, my wife and I, Maggie turned me on to your show. You guys are really funny. I love listening. I look forward to every new episode.
Yay.
He writes, I listen at work, and I hate to give my wife right. So he listens at work, and he hasn't told his wife that he's extremely addicted to the show because he doesn't want to tell her she was right to listen to the show.
Wow.
This is great. He says, but he would like for us, he says, you will knock her socks off. So apparently she wears socks.
Right.
Not a very good fashion statement, Maggie. but anyway, take those socks off and get them heels on.
Yes. Again, your wife's not home. Go on.
Okay. So he says you would knock my wife's socks off if you said our names on the show and revealed the fact that I listen and I'm addicted because of her. So Jimmy, I'm going to out Jimmy.
Yes.
Maggie, you are 100% right and an extremely smart woman with a great sense of humor.
Yes.
To tell Jimmy to listen to the show, which he secretly listens to at work with his secretary. No.
Wow.
I just added that in.
Yes.
So can you? Yeah. So there you go.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Here comes the groom. Is there an upcoming wedding on your calendar? Hi, Nick and Roy for Tom's Place. If you're the lucky groom, Tom is your best man and ready to make you and your wedding party look stunning on your big day.
Whether it's formal or casual, destination, celebration, traditional, or contemporary, they literally have you covered in clothes with their tailored suits and classic tuxedos, complete with all the accessories to help you shine in the spotlight.
Why rent when it's so affordable to buy an outfit that will serve you well for years? For the father of the bride or groom or a special guest needing elegant attire, Tom's Wedding Specialist help you save more and dress better. Discover more, including Canadian-made brands.
Make sure you enter the wonderful wedding contest at toms-place.com. That's toms-place.com to win a $500 credit for your wedding party.
Tom's Place, 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of a Kensington Market in Toronto. Tom's Place will suit you.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
By the way, Thermopolis is the home. I looked this up because it was so odd, the name.
Yeah.
Thermopolis is the home of the largest hot spring in the world. Hot Spring State Park in Thermopolis, Wyoming.
Lisa from Kingston, Ontario. Dear Nick and Roy is my mailbag. What a blast you guys are. We really enjoy your program. I have a bet with my sister that the armadillo has more teeth than any other land animal. Is this true? Keep up the good work, and I hope I'm right. So first of all, thank you, Lisa, for placing bets with your sister. I mean, you know, the people come to us for all kinds of, like, listen, laugh, and learn is why we say that on our show. But now it's listen, laugh, learn, and win a bet. Let's see who's the winner. The giant armadillo has 74 teeth, and it tops the land mammal's tooth count. The armadillo eats ants and termites, what they do is they consume them by digging with their powerful claws and using their peg-like teeth to crush them.
I can't believe they're that discriminatory, though, that they wouldn't eat the uncles.
That's what the termites are for. Armadillos lack incisors and canine teeth, and so their teeth are peg-like, like we said, and growing continuously so that they're able to eat their food, but they also lack enamel. So that's why they have to keep growing. But it's 74 teeth, and I don't know who said what, Lisa, but 74 teeth.
Now, wait a second, though. Did she say the animal with the most teeth, or did she say the mammal with the most teeth?
She said that the armadillo had more teeth than any other land mammal. So,
okay.
Yeah,
so she's right.
So she is right. Okay. Yeah. So there you go.
What's her name?
Lisa is her name. She didn't tell me what her sister's name is, but
Lisa, 10%. Send it Venmo.
Yeah. So we've told you to go to the website nickandroy.com. We have lots of emails from people, and going back to the birthday message for a second, we had someone who wrote to us and said her sister loved the birthday message, and they didn't think it was going to be as elaborate as it was, because they thought it was just going to be you and I just saying, hey, happy birthday, very much like that other service, what do they call it, Cameo or something, where they have celebrities say, hi, this is Robert De Niro, happy birthday. Yeah. So what we do is we do something really different. But anyway, you go to nickandroy.com and order yours today. On the show today, we talked about fashion, we talked about science, we talked about sports. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
A man living in Portland, Oregon, was wondering who's putting gallons of urine in his recycling bin and why.
You mean this happens in other places but Florida, correct?
Maybe the person doing it is a transplant from Florida. We're not sure. Alex?
I wondered when he said to the person, you're in my yard. urine.
in my yard. And boy, was he
Okay,
pissed.
go ahead.
Yeah, we was pissed.
So
Alex,
somebody's dumping urine in this man's receptacle.
he started in the fall when he noticed his recycling bin had not been collected. So when he went to open up the recycling bin, lo and behold, there was a nice deposit of but these were gallon-sized bottles of urine. There were 6 of them. So the recycle hauler refused to take the bin's contents because urine is a biohazard, so we can understand that, why they wouldn't take it. But the mystery didn't stop there because the person kept dropping bottles of urine in the bin. Eventually, he stopped putting his bins out on the curb and hoping that the man would quit. And he did.
He just kept leaving the gallons, right?
Well, he did quit because he didn't put out the garbage bins. But guess what? That person moved on to using the neighbor's garbage bins instead.
Oh, no. He's a serial urine leaver. At least he's nice. He puts it in a gallon jug instead of lifting his leg in their lawn.
That's true. Although many years ago, we did have a story where there was someone relieving themselves in the other direction on people's lawns. So they captured surveillance video of the man showing up at the house, getting out of his car, placing the bottles of urine in the recycling bins. But unfortunately, the videos are too grainy and too hard to tell who he is. But at least they know it's a he.
Yeah, because he probably got urine on the camera.
That's right. No, he's the
video is very yellow.
That's right. It was jaundiced.
Very yellow and grainy.
Van Euren had shared his ordeal on the Nextdoor app, where neighbors have flooded the post with theories as to the reason behind it all. But even with multiple theories, he still doesn't know why. But he filed a police report trying to get the man's license plate. And he actually started putting his bins back out again because he has faith in humanity, I think, and putting them in a different position just to see if he can get a better video of him. So he's placing the garbage bins in an angle so that the camera can capture the creep.
Now, let me get this. I consider myself to be a part-time detective after doing this show for 5 years and talking about the news.
Yeah, part-time dick, yeah.
So
that's what you said. You said
that's right, detective.
That's
yes,
right.
Yes. It's a slang. It's a slang. Yeah. So, but this is how I think. Okay, as a detective. Yeah. I come to the scene with my little pad and my pen.
Right.
I open my pad and I immediately think to myself, we're looking for. I make the call that we're looking for a 5'1" man.
Why?
And the reason is, from the look of the opening of the gallon jug.
Right. He could have used a funnel.
No, funnel's no good.
No?
Because then you'll spill. There'll be a lot of spilling.
Right. Well, no,
it's hard to hit the funnel. This is not a carnival game.
No. But here's the thing. It's not like he's doing it on this guy's lawn. He's already delivering these with the.
I know, but he had to get it in there
eventually.
And I would assume the easiest way to get it in there would be to place the hose in the bucket, so to speak.
Right. Exactly.
So this person is of small stature, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, he has a message. The Van Euren has a message. The guy's saying, listen, maybe he's watching. I don't know. Please stop. Please don't do it anymore. I'm pissed.
But he's done it with other neighbors, so I would assume at this point he's just moving on.
Yeah, I think so. So
do you think it's a disgruntled neighbor? Who goes to this length to place their urine in a jug? Or could it be that he's just the local milk delivery guy who's just delivering gallons of apple juice and these people are ungrateful?
Maybe. But we are.
They should taste it. They should taste it and give us a call.
Just to be sure. Speaking of distasteful, thanks for joining us. That's the end of this episode of Totally Useless Information.
You know, it's a good thing, though, if they start to receive some dark brown coffee smelling type stuff.
That's right.
I believe that it's an opposite direction.
It is.
That sample was taken from.
We will scour the internet far and wide to find more totally useless information just for you.
Until then, keep your urine to yourself, but not this show.
Right.
Tell everyone about this show.
That's right.
But don't display your urine in gallon jugs. No, tell everybody that you know to listen to this show and to tune in. And we have some really cool things happening in the future for the show, so get on board.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.
Everything from clothing to household items are getting more expensive each day. The world of fast fashion has complicated clothing production by outsourcing around the world to whoever can sew them the cheapest. And now you, the consumer, are paying the price with rising costs. American Giant is about keeping things simple and close to home. They aren't affected by tariffs because their products never leave the U.S. So when you buy from American Giant, you're taking a stand for hardworking people, local communities, and quality clothes. American Giant directly supports American manufacturers and ensures you aren't footing that tariff bill. Support American-made, tariff-free clothing with American Giant. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com.